So I'm here with Axel. Axel, where do you come from?
I am originally born and raised on Long Island in New York. I've been working at a drop zone there for about 6 years and then moved down to Florida for the past 2 years where I was working in Sebastian, Skydive Sebastian down there.
And how long have you been here at Skydive New England?
This is my first season. Been here about a month and loving it so far. Everyone here is great. The drop zone is great. Doesn't really get any better than this for sure.
And what do you do for us here at Skydive New England?
I'm working in the box, working in manifest, putting you guys on loads, making planes fly, making stuff happen around here.
And what's one thing that you're looking forward to this year?
Everyone is talking about Tiki Bar. I've heard about Tiki Bar even before I heard about Skydive New England, so I'm super excited for this Labor Day and partying and having a good time with all these new awesome people that I'm meeting.
Great. So I have my gear on and I'm able to do a gear check on myself. First thing I'm going to go through and check is my friction adapters, the one on my chest strap, each one on my leg straps. I'm going to make sure that they're routed properly and properly tightened. I'm then going to check my 3 rings. I'm able to check each side, make sure it's routed appropriately or it's assembled appropriately. The thing I want to remember to do is give it a little twist sideways and make sure my loop is going through the little ring, the riser grommet, and then the grommet in the hard housing. I can do that on both sides. Everything looks great here. I want to check my handles, make sure my pilot chute handle is in place, make sure my cutaway cable is where it needs to be, and my reserve handle. Now the one thing that I can't check by myself are my pins, so I'm going to ask a friend to check the pins for me. Friend, will you check my pins?
Absolutely. All right. Let's see your reserve pins there, rigger seals there, it's not bent, it's not nicked, loop looks good. Down here, pins going straight up, your closing loop looks okay, got color in the window, you're ready to skydive.
Thanks.
No problem.
And that's how you can perform a gear check once you put your rig on. Rubber bands do occasionally break on your deployment bag, so they do need to be replaced. Now, I had a spare rubber band somewhere. It's a good idea to keep track of these. And in order to get these off, you can kind of use your fingers and pull and push and pull and do whatever you can. Other tips that might be helpful are you can use your closing pin and be able to wedge that underneath the rubber band. Able to push that through to loosen it up. The other thing that you can use is a closing tool. If you have a power tool, be able to push that underneath and just pull that rubber band. And once you get it loose enough, you can then use your fingers to unwind it from the bag. To put the rubber band on, we're going to follow the same process. We're going to take the rubber band, slide it through the loop where it goes, thread it through itself, pull it nice and tight, and you're ready to go. You may have heard of something called the semi-stowless bag, and here in front of me I've got 2 deployment bags, one semi-stowless, one regular, and I wanted you to be able to see the difference between the 2. Here on my left is a normal standard deployment bag. We've got our 4 locking stows up top, and then the rest of the lines are stowed here on top of the bag. This is a Mirage bag, so they're kept here in the middle. Other bags may go all the way out to the end. This is a semi-stowless bag from UPT. As you can see on the top, we only have 2 locking stows, and the rest of the lines are S-folded on top of each other here in this tray. To learn more about this or to learn how to pack this, visit the video that UPT has on their website. Here with 2 containers to show you a different way of routing your bridle that UPT has authorized. At this moment in time, I'm only aware that UPT has authorized this and that none of the other manufacturers have. So here on my left, you can see the more common way of routing the bridle, coming from the left side here, down where the pin attaches or goes through the loop, and then up underneath, and then it comes down to the BOC. Over here on this Vector 3, you can see the bridle is routed very differently. It comes up from the bottom, the pin goes through the loop, and then the bridle comes back underneath and then comes all the way down here. It does make it a little bit tricky to check the window here, but this is an authorized way to route your bridle for a Vector. None of the other manufacturers, to my knowledge, have authorized or approved this way of doing it. So if you're not sure if this is appropriate for the container you have, definitely ask your rigger, get their opinion, or call your manufacturer and find out for yourself. So I'm here with Anthony. Anthony, tell us where you come from.
I am from Mexico City.
Where's Mexico City?
In Mexico.
In Mexico. Is that where you were born and raised?
I was born in California, but when I was 3 years old, that's when I moved to Mexico, and I've been there ever since. And then came to the States for college, and now I'm here.
Very cool. And how long have you been here at Skydive New England?
About a month, a little less than a month.
And what do you do here?
I work in the manifest office, so basically I take reservations, I help with paperwork, checking in people, basically.
How many jumps do you have and where did you start skydiving?
I have 61 jumps right now. I started at Skydive with Soda, which is in Wisconsin. And basically it's been on and off for about 2 years until I decided finally to cut away, I guess, and come here.
Very cool. What's one thing you're looking forward to this year?
I am looking forward to being very proficient on my belly. I want to basically be able to fly on my belly without having to think about it.
Very cool. It's a great goal. So when Anthony's not working on the box and someone wants you to do a belly jump, come find him.
Exactly. And pay for it too.
I'm here with Axel. Axel, see, this is what happens when you don't really know what you're going to say when you start talking. It happens to everybody. Got it? The different way of riding a bridle. Riding your bridle can routing.
With your mom?
It's aching so bad. Not my bum.